at Maumee Bay Brewing Company, and we're teaching you all about beer.
So we have Clint. He's the production brewer here at Maumee Bay Brewing Company. He's going to tell us about some of these delicious beers we have sitting in front of us. You know, we have the breakfast beer that we're all going to get to enjoy, and this is one that you actually made yourself. You came up with the recipe, correct?
I did.
Tell us about it. It smells like coffee, so I'm in.
Well, the beer itself is it's just a basic. It's an imperial stout, so it's like it'd be like a take of a standard stout. It's just probably twice the strength. It's got a real heavy taste of roast malts. It's got some good caramel richness to it. We also add lactose. It's an unfermentable milk sugar, so that gives it some of that like real sweet body, and it gives it some of the just some of it's a residual.
It's like a dessert.
Yeah, it's like well, it is. It's a. Some people might think it's a sweet beer, but and we also have the addition of coffee. We put it into the brew itself, and then we also cold steep it too, so it gives it two different infusions of coffee and two different steps of the beer making process itself. We get the coffee from a local roaster, so that's cool. Flying Rhino, they're downtown as well.
So what is a stout? Because I heard you mention that. If you don't know anything about beer, how could you describe a stout beer?
Well, I mean, most people, if you are familiar with Guinness, that's probably the most familiar commercially available stout. They originate in Ireland, and they tend to be just basically it's actually a light beer, but it's masked with what they have a dark roasted barley, and it gives it a lot of that like real deep chocolate and coffee. I mean, because it's
thick to me. It has like a thicker taste.
They can range from being real dry and not sweet and thin to being really sweet, really thick, and really bitter. So they got a pretty wide range of.
I asked you about another
stouts.
word earlier too. We were laughing. Hoppy. I mean, we always say, "Oh, that might be kind of hoppy." What's the word hoppy mean?
Usually, people associate the word hoppy to an actual like bitterness.
Okay.
You know, so
that
some
makes
things
sense.
like it's an acquired taste. So like a lot of people don't like a hoppy beer, but it also has to do with it doesn't necessarily need to be really bitter for it to be a hoppy beer, because hops are actually they have a lot of aroma quality and a lot of flavor quality.
I like
as
hoppy.
well.
Yeah.
So
now we know what we're talking about.
I know.
And hops range they have a really wide range of flavor themselves, from pine to like mango and all these tropical fruits and stuff, and citrus and stuff like that. So you can layer up hops in many a different way and have a hoppy beer and not necessarily be bitter, So
tell us about some of the beers that you guys have. How many do you brew here?
Oh wow. In like a year's time?
Well, do they switch all the time?
Do they switch?
What's the process?
Well, we have our year rounds that we do all year round. And we also have ones that we do that are seasonal.
Okay.
We have ones that play on holidays. And,
great.
Like we have the Glass City Beer Fest that's actually coming up. So I think their main beneficiary to that is the Hemophilia Association or something like that. So we do a tribute beer for that, and we do a blood orange imperial wit. So that's one of our big seasonal beers. That's pretty cool.
And Buckeye beer's one that you guys are pretty well known for, correct?
Right. Well, it's like a Toledo staple. It's like older than my father. So it's been around a long time, and it's gone through some transition and reacquisitions and stuff. And it's nice that a local family bought it, and we're still brewing it. It's
and
cool.
you bottle all your own beers here, correct?
Yes, we bottle and we also can.
Okay, so we're gonna go over there and see that. I think after this,
we're gonna actually try this out. So I think that's where we're gonna head over next.
Hi, this is Shannon Moore, and we're at the Maumee Bay Brewing Company production facility, where we will be bottling the Maumee Bay IPA today. So just to run down what we do briefly, the empty bottles will come over here to the depalletizer, where they'll go through the line, they'll get scrubbed and rinsed, and then they get filled with the IPA. They'll go down through the conveyor belt and come up to where they get dried off, and then the labels get glued on, and then they come at the end of the line where we will be standing and hand packaging them, putting them in.